Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 5 Minute Face Check. My name is Valcomer. We are here with Goku of Phoenix Rising Esports Onyx or Pro, whichever acronym you would like to be able to call them. And we are looking forward to our B West championship game. Goku, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. It's looking forward to it actually.
Nice, nice. Now, you're the number 2 seed then, or
That is yes. We're number two.
nice. And
Got lucky.
how have the playoffs been treating you thus far?
A lot of close matches. I can say for certain I was not expecting them to be as close, but they've been going pretty well. Round one was a little rocky. Round two was a little bit closer, and hopefully round three, we'll slam.
Yeah, I
or get
can't
slammed.
I can't say that I know the teams in the East quite as well, but
Yeah.
I definitely think the West has been a strong division in Division B, and so I I think it's going to be a great Coastal Championship. I think it's going to be a great Grand Championship. I'm excited for all of them. As you guys have been looking forward to this match, anything special that you can say you've done in preparation? Don't reveal any strategies here, of course. But...
Oh, that's one of my specialties is revealing our strats. Nothing all too much. Mostly just getting over some. Mainly just mentally preparing ourselves for for the match. Pretty much best of 5. So looking forward to seeing how that goes. But yeah, no, nothing special.
No, I did an interview with Majesty of You Are Not Alone the other night, actually in preparation for the semifinals as kind of a guinea pig run, if you will, for all of this, and they're they're still doing great. They've got some hot hands to play. They're hoping to have some pocket strategies, but I've found that for me, and I imagine it's the same for you as well, if I can get the enemy team to play my game, there's just such an upper hand there.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, we're looking to take advantage of the early game and see if
nice.
we can actually get stuff out of that.
Well, and if you just take a hold of that lead and never let it go back to them, it's not a lot they can do in that scenario like that.
Ain't that right?
So, as far as the team, have you guys been playing together for a while? New this season, a little bit of both?
Okay, so the team we started last season as this 5-man in Heroes Lounge as part of a team called Duratan's Love Seat. Shout out to the couch, of course. But for the most part, yeah, this is pretty much as close to a fresh 5 as we can get. We've 3 of us came from. We have 3 of us have ties to the couch, and we're like subs from them. But now we're here.
Got it.
Because we're like, okay, we're better. Well, totally not overconfident. You know how it is.
You got to have a certain amount of swagger, right? You got to believe in yourself.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
So, nice. And as the season has gone on for you, do you feel that the teams really come together and you've got that rhythm set up for the Coastal Finals and then the Grand Finals?
So yes and no. Like we're not gonna we're expecting to go in and it's gonna be a tough fight, or just rickroll them. You know how it is. But I think we've got when it comes to matches, like we're a lot better when it comes to matches than it comes to like practice for whatever reason. Everyone mentally, I guess, comes online. Last time we faced
that extra dose of seriousness, and it actually matters at this point.
Yes, yeah, probably.
But I interjected there. What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say we're kind of overcoming a little bit of issues right now. Same issues we had similarly when the first time we faced You Are Not Alone. So we're trying to just get past that point and be able to look at them and be like, okay, yeah, we can crush these fools.
Nice. Well, I wish you
So
well. It is a best of 5, so they got to take you 3 times and vice versa. But it'll
at the
be an
very
exciting
least.
match, I'm sure. We've hit our 5 minutes, so this was the 5-minute face check. Keep watching for some great games, my friends. Welcome, everybody. Here we are on the 5-minute face check. My name is Valcomer. We are once again here with Majesty of You Are Not Alone. They have taken their rightful place as first seed coming into the Coastal Finals of Division B West, which is going to be happening in just a moment. Majesty, how does it feel to have that win on Sunday?
It feels good. So in fact, me, Patience, and Wipeout have all never played in an NGS playoff game before.
In a playoff game at all, not just the finals.
Yeah, in NGS, no playoff games for the three of us ever.
Wow. So, and here you are in the Coastal Finals,
Yeah.
obviously hoping for the Grand Finals of Division B. So,
Yes.
from Sunday, any highlights of that game that really stood out for you that are really getting you excited as you're going into this next match?
Um. No, it's just an all-around solid game. Nothing like over the top half. We didn't do any kind of crazy combos or anything. If anything, shout out to Roll One and Necrofin. We actually scrimmed both teams yesterday.
I saw a little bit of the Roll One scrim. I'm fairly close with that team. Hey Zad, hey squad there with Rock One or Rock Your World, excuse me, Waniba, and then let's see, Poe, Alberto, and Mango. I can talk, but
Big beard.
no, that scrim, the little bit that I saw was crazy close, and I actually thought they had you on the ropes for the game I was watching, and you guys dug
I know
deep.
which
You
one you were
came back,
watching.
and wow. So
Yeah.
looking
Oh
forward.
yeah, we streamed that one. We didn't stream the Necrofin one.
Got it. Looking forward to tonight's match. I've done Goku's interview, so hopefully they get put in correct order since I screwed that up in Division C. But anything special that you feel you've done for preparations without giving away strategies for Phoenix Rising Onyx?
I mean, we've continued to expand our hero pool. We think it's important that you always have more and more back pocket picks, especially as the season goes later. I actually think Pro is a really solid team. They're very aggressive. The joke is Pro ends with second objective. So if you give Pro the second objective of the game, or they get their second objective, they'll just steamroll and they'll just end right there. At one point, they had the lowest average game time. I think at one point, the first like 4 weeks of the season, I think they ran like an average of 12-minute games.
Wow.
Yeah, they were ridiculous. So they ended the season with like 15-30, which is still crazy low. I think Pro is just a phenomenal early game team, and they're able to just steamroll really well. So it's really just setting ourselves up for that early game
Do
bloodbath that they are known for.
do we think it's about the early ability to disengage or the early ability to out macro? What's a win condition in your mind?
Um, there's three. One, we could just go for the bloodbath and go, all right, early game fight for early game fight. Let's just smash heads, see who comes out on top. There's the other option, which is out macro, taking larger maps, try to run around the map, keep them on their toes so they don't get that full engage that they want. And then the last option, of course, which is, as you said, just disengage over and over again until we're ready for fights.
Yeah, no, that sounds in any of the scenarios, whether it's the disengage cat and mouse, the hardcore just beat 'em up, bash 'em up robots right at the beginning. So I I think both the teams are coming into this ready. Obviously, both teams extremely confident as you go forward. I know that you are, of course, championing your cause and seeing how far that will make you. Anything that you would say worries you about tonight?
I think the biggest thing for us is, I mean, we've done all of our scouting. We're prepared for pro. I think for us, it's the three of us that haven't played on that large final stage before. It's just the nerves of the stage more so than the nerves of the team we're going up against. And I
Got it.
think that might be the biggest hindering factor is just that nerves of being in finals.
No, I wish you well. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic set. Both teams excellent competitors, and I'm sure it is going to be just brutal out there. So good luck. I'm sure it'll be one worth watching for everybody out there. Enjoy the center stage, and for everybody out there watching, thanks.
Play of the game from way down. Two, silence. Rainer getting absolutely a team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bob Stasnico gonna find Rainer.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nexus Gaming Series. You might have heard that sound, which was the start of the draft, but then... Sorry, the chat is just great. Okay, somebody disconnected there. So, You Are Not Alone versus Phoenix Rising Onyx, the number 1 seed out of B West, currently undefeated, not even a single map, versus the number 2 Phoenix Rising Onyx. What's going to happen tonight? It's a best of 5 series. This is the first time these teams have been in a best of 5, at least this season. So we'll see what happens and where we go from here. I do have our map bans, so let's take a quick peek at that. Make sure it is all there. So let's do that real quick. All right, so our first game is going to be on Towers of Doom. It was the selection of Phoenix Rising Onyx, as You Are Not Alone elected for first pick. And to start things off, the bans on Tomb of the Spider Queen and Sky Temple coming out from You Are Not Alone, with Phoenix Rising Onyx banning out the Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire. And I'll show you in a bit our bracket, because unfortunately the system does not quite get those correct, so I have to make a couple of adjustments to that. So while I do that, let's see who's out in chat. So we got Yawners and Wipeout and Majesty. Of course, they're in the game, so they won't be listening too much to this. We got Wedge out there. Good to see you, Wedge. As always, the only Black Cat as well. Patience, Mega Muffin, Bat, Manger. And I know I saw Lily out there. Lily always here to watch. You Are Not Alone. So glad that you can be here and part of this with all of us. A lot of people watching tonight. Let me catch up on chat. Let's see. Is he on core again? Like, all right. So we have a player that unfortunately is disconnecting. So it would have been nice of them to just do that in the, when we're doing the interviews. We've all been kind of hanging out here in the lobby, just waiting. But once we hit that button, that was it. So, working on the bracket here, just so that we can show you how this all looks and how do we get to where we are today. So, just one more second here. One. And that one looks correct. That one is correct. That was 2-0. And that was 2-1. Alright, there we go. Alright, brackets are ready. Let's take a look at it. So number 1 and number 2 teams, You Are Not Alone with 33 points. They defeated 11 teams with 2-0 victories. Phoenix Rising Onyx there with the 25 points. So still a hefty win total there. Lurk Patrol just behind them. But let's take a look at the bracket here. To get where we are right now, You Are Not Alone had to defeat the number 8 seed Spooky Ghosts. They did that with a 2-0 victory. They then had to defeat the number 5 seed Deviled Kegs. That was a game the other night here. Very exciting match between You Are Not Alone and Deviled Kegs. Once again, a 2-0 though. Down in the lower half of the bracket, we've got Phoenix Rising Onyx. And they defeated in the first round Roll 1 Esports 2-1. And if I remember correctly, that was an absolutely intense match. They then played against, that was the number 2 versus number 7. Then Phoenix Rising Onyx versus Lurk Patrol, the number 3, 2-1 as well. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that one, so I'm assuming it was a good one. And that's where we are now. You Are Not Alone versus Phoenix Rising Onyx in the Coastal Finals. The winner of this matchup will go on to play against, let's see, who's over there? It's Salt Scale and Murgles. They defeated Party Time. So whoever wins this plays against Salt Scale. Salt Scale, a strong team from Division B East. They were the number 4 seed ultimately, but you know what? Division B East was extremely competitive. And really, any of the top, really the top 8 teams of that division had the potential to bring down the teams above them. As we saw, Bread Rising Esports took out the number 1. They were the number 8. They took out the number 1 Phoenix Rising Ruby. They then actually fell to Salt Scale. Salt Scale defeated Tiny Dancers. Party Time defeated Regen Phoenix. That was the number 3 versus number 2. So that was it. That was, so minor upset there. Sounds like HOTS is loading, so hopefully here in the near future, we'll have ourselves a game. And let's see. Hype Train. Can they continue on their full undefeated win streak? Can they go all the way through the Coastal Finals? Can they end this in 3 games and allow Arrow to go to bed at a relatively decent hour? My guess is I'm not going to bed anytime soon. But it's been an exciting night. These games have been a lot of fun to cast so far. I don't expect anything less from this matchup between You Are Not Alone and Phoenix Rising Onyx. But you know what? While we're spending some time just kind of hanging out, getting to know each other, why don't we check out the results when they last played against each other? Obviously, we know it was a 2-0, but let's see if we can't find some details about that. PRO, where are they? There they are. All right, so last time, let me pull up those bans again. So what are we banning here? So tonight, Phoenix Rising Onyx banned out Dragonshire and Braxis Holdout. Originally, against them, they banned out Sky Temple and Dragonshire. So Dragonshire remaining, Braxis Holdout new. Sky Temple and Tomb of the Spider Queen were banned out by You Are Not Alone. So that was originally banned out by Pro in their original. Tomb of the Spider Queen was one of the bans by You Are Not Alone, but Infernal Shrines was the other. The 2 games that they played were Alterac Pass and You Are Not, Full Sky Foundry. So Alterac Pass, there was a 16-minute game. The kill count was 10-3, so nothing crazy there. Nothing too crazy. Surprisingly, the top kills hero was Johanna on the side of You Are Not Alone. Goku with all 3 of the kills from Phoenix Rising Onyx in that game. They also had the game against, on Full Sky Foundry. Now that one was an 18-minute game, and it was 14 kills to 1. So that was very handily in favor of You Are Not Alone. And in that case, it was Sailor Twift with the lone kill on the Oriole. And if you're not currently watching... They're ready. Apparently they were waiting on me, as if I haven't been sitting here waiting for them for the last 10 minutes. But if you're not paying attention to the other games out there, right now Shadonis is casting the Division D East Coastal Finals between Bancho and Franks-Furters. They're sitting at 2-1 currently in favor of Franks-Furters. And that's the upset team if they can take that. Bancho is the #1 seed. Meanwhile, Division A, Dread Pirates versus Regen Retro. Regen Retro currently sitting up 2-0. That would be a big play from them. Regen Retro, I believe, was the 3rd seed, and Dread Pirates the 2nd, if I remember correctly. So that's huge. Coming from elsewhere in the divisions. Time for game. It's game time. So we're gonna start off with the Lunara and Abathur. On the bands, we're gonna get Urel and Blaze as well. And you know what? The teams are ready to go. Like they're like, hey, we've been standing around for 19 minutes. We got this. So we're gonna get a Raynor first from Majesty, and we've already seen tonight how impactful Raynor can be. So far, Raynor tonight is 2 for 2 though, or 2 and 2, so 50% win rate. Sir Noble picking the Tyrael there. Tyrael did get some buffs, along with the Greymane. So Greymane also not this week, but did get some buffs not all that long ago. We're gonna get the Jaina and Malthael coming out. So Jaina Raynor, that kind of long-term combination there. Although Raynor no longer really needs Jaina to get that slow. He's still, you know, it's still helpful. Lucio going to be the 3rd and final ban for You Are Not Alone, with the Mal'Ganis as well. Division so boring. Malthael cosplaying as Wipeout. Good choice. Love to hear it. All right, Sailor Twift coming in with the Uther. So we've got the double invulnerable between Tyrael and Uther, along with the Dahaka for Krino. So what? What? They banned Blaze. I don't even know what to say about this. All right, and the upgraded Malfurion gonna make it into the game again. So we've seen him a couple times tonight as well, along now with the Arthas and Chromie. So I mentioned earlier the Chromie play. Now that was on. Okay, there you go. There you go. Why are we getting a bunch of yays? Krino says, that feeling when your team bans your one trick. Yeah, love to see it. All right, so a little bit of a switch there. Greymane going to go over to Kurama, and Goku gonna get the Chromie. Make sure that there weren't any other changes there. That one's good. That one's good. So that's good. Now let's check on this side. Raynor, Wipeout, Malthael, Patience. Okay, we're good there. All right, let's get our poll set up in chat. There you go. Poll is posted and in chat up there, right up at the top of your screen. Apparently, you can now vote while on mobile. So hit that drop down, select the team you think's gonna win, hit the vote button, and let's get this party started, shall we? All right, on the left, the #1 seed, You Are Not Alone, currently undefeated. I just fizzed playing the Arthas, Majesty on the Raynor, Patience on Malfurion. Yawner's going to be playing the Jaina, and Wipeout on Malthael. And on the right, we got Phoenix Rising Onyx. It's going to be Kurama playing the Greymane, Kreenavast on Dahaka, Goku on the Chromie, Sailor Twift on Uther, and Sir Noble playing the Tyrael. Where is Probius? Good question. Guess Wipeout wants Pro to have as big a handicap as possible before he literally ends their existences. Main tank Uther, support Tyrael. I like it. Fair enough. All right, could be the case. And Raven coming in with a Raven. All right then. I feel obligated to root for Chromie. Well, you know what? Fair enough. We got Malthael up in the top. He is going to take on a Pale Horse, so he's got that double soak potential. Is going to be a little bit faster about that than Dahaka, generally speaking. And unlike our earlier Towers of Doom game where we had a Leoric, Malthael will be able to engage into fights a lot faster. Chromie, however, getting rooted. The root from Malfurion not quite there, and it's actually going to be Arthas going down. Chromie saying, "You can't catch me. I'm a bronze dragon. I rewind time. I've already seen this. I have instant replay." And with that kill, Phoenix Rising Onyx moving right in onto the siege camp, the sapper camp here, and that'll be going into the bot lane. 50-50 on the votes. You love to see it. Love to see it. Chat here supporting both of these teams. And you know what? I have to say that if you're Phoenix Rising Onyx, I realize they may not know the votes are there, but it feels good, right? They know that this team is undefeated, but they've got the confidence to make that play happen. And you know what? The other thing is, I mean, the Uther Tyrael combination there, giving them that double invulnerability, is pretty big. Because if you're concerned about a team potentially being able to lock you down and destroy you, those are the ultimates you want. The only other option I would see would be like Medivh. Sapper Camp coming in. So the first one did get taken out before it was able to get any structure damage. This one, however, is going to get all 3/3. So the tower going down. I just fizzed falling very low, but the root going out onto Tyrael uses Eldruins to get away. Oh my goodness, you guys are happy in chat tonight. Good stuff, love to see it. All right, wave clear, I think a little bit in favor of You Are Not Alone. Roots coming out, and now we got the Strangling Root, so it's going to be Tyrael falling with that 40 healing penalty. But you know what? Arthas is going to pay for it as well. Uther saying, you know what? We're not done here. Let's just have everybody who's considered frontline, even though I'm a healer. Let's just go ahead and do that. Dahaka's coming up to gather his own, as Wipeout will probably do the same. Bot lane, though, could be tough for Phoenix Rising Onyx to really defend this. Raynor doing some work in onto the Grey Mane. Here comes Dahaka right onto the Jaina. The root might be enough to save Jaina, but looking for that drag. Not quite ready for that yet. And this is full-on 5-man from Phoenix Rising Onyx as Wipeout gathering XP in the middle, and Raynor's going to be the first one to fall. The root zoning out the rest of the team. So a little bit of an XP lead now for You Are Not Alone, as Malthael making use of that double soak, and level 7's here up and ready to go for our blue team. But with the kill once again coming into this sapper camp, Jaina's gonna spot it out. I don't think there's much they can do about it, especially with the time traps defending. Malthael gonna get the pressure up in the top with the siege camp, so we'll see if Dahaka is able to make it up there in time to stall that out, push it back a little bit, what have you. Trait value OP. So many traits! Absolutely. Uther and Tyrael. Any other trait values here? We need a Leoric. That's what we need. Get the full trait value comp. Who else could we get that's Junkrat maybe? Junkrat trait? Are there any others we could get in there? I mean, that's already a fun team, right? Uther, Tyrael, Leoric, Junkrat. There's got to be somebody else. That's what we need to do. We need to make the Suicide Squad in HOTS. Guys, help me think of that 5th one. Who's the 5th one that gets the value? Maybe, well, you can't do Cho'Gall, because Cho wouldn't work. Because Gall could work, but can't do it by himself. Tower gonna go down, and they're gonna stall out the rest of the sappers, so the sappers will be able to be taken out. Temporal Loop coming out, big stun there. The root coming out, though, is gonna lock both of those heroes down right under the tower, and Sailor Twift, that one Q heal just not enough to keep Uther alive, as with that 40 healing potential, or healing reduction. ETC 20. Ah, there you go. Murky? Murky trade value. I guess I could see that. But I think ETC is the right call there. A lot of, in that Suicide Squad, though, a lot of pressure on the Junkrat. Pressure coming down into the bot lane as You Are Not Alone getting the... Did they get that? I didn't even look to see who got that. I think that was 1-for-1, maybe? I wasn't even looking. Anyways, it's 28 to 32. Majesty taking all the damage from Chromie, but using the Adrenaline Rush to keep nice and healthy. Hyperion gonna equalize the structure in the bot lane. Both teams now no longer have a wall. Just straight into the fort. Diving under a keep with no minions. This is what happens in 2020. 32 to 28 currently. It's Phoenix Rising Onyx with the advantage. But with level 10s, does that change? And this is a 5v4. Never mind. Here comes the... Oh, the isolation missed! But the drag out onto Jaina. Greymane diving in does not get the go for the throat proc on Jaina, and instead is going to fall Sanctification just too late. But Malthael falling as well. I Just Fizzed is right up in the middle of 4 red team health bars. Goku gonna make it out barely there. Tyrael using Eldrauns is going to fall. It looks like Arthas has got his own ticket to the graveyard. But Jaina has those Frostbolts, is going to be able to slow down the team. Might be able to get the kill onto Uther. But possibly... Well, no, it's good. So sitting at half for Chromie and Dahaka. And here comes the next objective. Both teams have heroes down. They're coming back soon. And it is kind of funny watching Chromie with Gnome speed ahead. Just throwing out that Q, moving quickly here. And it looks like we're going to even out this score 28 to 28. Both teams now picking up their own siege camps, so this is split evenly. And taking a look at these ultimates, so we talked about a few of them. Hyperion, of course, happened there. We've got the Last Rites from Malthael. We've got the Water Elemental, the Twilight Dream, and Army of the Dead. Of course, we saw the Temporal Loop earlier. We got the Isolation, Sanctification, Go for the Throat, and Blessed Shield. Or, sorry, Divine Shield, rather. Root out onto the 2. Chromie popping off the Temporal Loop there. Mostly just for the cooldown reduction. Water Elemental trying to catch up, but the Smite from Tyrael going to allow for the team to disengage. And with Hyperion, and if they don't kill these, that could actually take it down. But it's not going to. Fort's going to be just fine, taking some damage from the Hyperion, but it'll be okay. 13 advantage now over to You Are Not Alone. Does Phoenix Rising recognize this? It doesn't matter. They go in after Majesty. They get the kill. Sanctification coming in as well. Go for the throat used. I Just Fizzed is in a lot of danger, but has that slow. They need a stun. Gets it onto the Arthas. Can they follow it up? But not quite. And that was a fight down a talent tier, no less. A couple of ultimates used there. Most of them, in fact. But Isolation's still available, as is the Temporal Loop. And only Last Rites currently available, although Water Elemental's going to be now. And this is just a single altar phase, so we'll see pretty much a very even fight, I would expect here. We see these time traps getting placed anywhere. For the vision, for the potential to stall out the heroes. Both teams are at 13 here. The root going out onto Uther does not have Divine Shield, so has to be extremely careful here. Temporal Loop coming out. Sailor tripped very low and is going to fall. Army of the Dead used there as well. And Greymane coming in looking for the Arthas. Feels awkward to say that, because every time it's Greymane on Arthas, but it's going to be Dahaka falling, and now Greymane gonna make it out thanks to that Smite. Smite giving the extra movement speed bonus, so You Are Not Alone taking the lead by 4 points. Getting those 2 kills onto Dahaka and Uther really set them up. It meant Phoenix Rising Onyx, without their ultimates, has a much tougher time with this. The spread damage from Malthael really you're kind of relying on the shields coming out from Tyrael, because Uther's not really going to be able to do much with that. Hyperion might actually get that keep. Very close anyways. We got the temporal loop onto Aegis Fizz. He's taken a lot of damage, but the Twilight Dream just might be enough, especially with the rest of the healing that Malfurion's got. And honestly, there you go. I was going to say, let the minions kill this so you can get it back before this triple altar phase. Because you don't want that to trigger in the middle of that altar phase and suddenly find yourselves down that extra point. A fishy. It does happen occasionally. Does Tyrael still this way? Not quite. Just a stall. Had the holy ground, but it was already too close to the blue side of that bar. Wasn't a lot that could be done. Level 16 is now up for You Are Not Alone. So they are getting some advantage here out of that Malthael, who's been soaking pretty much most of these fights. Unfortunately, Phoenix Rising Onyx did not trigger this this keep back over to their side. So a little bit of a tougher place for them now. Holy Ground trying to keep those sappers from getting through. One did get through, but the rest of them, it looks like, are going to be taken out. Dahaka's going to be able to pick up his side. It looks like Malthael will pick up his own side as well. So each team getting one, but that's still in favor of You Are Not Alone. And now they're going to get the second altar. So 10 points. Jaina hiding right behind the altar there. You can barely see her. 10 points to 3 on the triple altar phase there. So 25 to 13 now. And continuing on with the double soak Malthael and the full squad here, trying to bring the additional time until the next altar. They can be patient. They don't have to be too far forward. It's entirely up to Phoenix Rising Onyx to push in on this. I mean, poking's going to be very difficult as well. You see the Chromie taking a bunch of damage there from Raynor. If they can land those shots, then that'll be helpful. But Malfurion can keep these heroes up pretty well. Greymane went off to the mid to try to help catch up. Does get the 16 now. So what do they make happen here? We see the solo laners passing each other in the night. And I mean, this is no bueno here. I mean, at some point they have to go in and make this work. They have the ultimates. They have Dahaka who can burrow in right behind them. There's the benediction. So Uther going to have a double stun, uses the divine shield, sanctification coming out as well. And it's still Uther who's falling very low, is in the death zone, so somewhat safe, but not safe enough. And Chromie falling low, the shield coming out from from Sir Noble there onto the team. But and I really think they just waited too long. They were trying to poke and look for an opportunity, but they ultimately just let You Are Not Alone kind of pick their fight. I think that they needed to call down the Dahaka when they had the 16, and you know, they do get the tower back before one of those points, so that's going to bring them down to 4, but it is within boss kill range. Malfurion's not here, so this is as close to even as you're going to get right out of the gate. Now, Tyrael does have Holy Ground, though. So this is almost certainly a boss in favor of Phoenix Rising. And they do get it. There are the points, but the question is, do they lose anything else for it? Arthas going to be the first to fall. Yonner's getting very low. Go for the throat, going to finish it. Sir Noble's going to get caught by the last rites. But is there more to be had? Never mind. Greymane going to be falling as well. They get the Raynor kill coming out from Chromie. So, hashtag worth? They're still in this game. Phoenix Rising coming in. That was one of those plays that we saw a very similar play earlier in our first matchup in this Division C Coastal Finals. And it ended up not going the way they thought it would. They pulled back. And we saw that here from You Are Not Alone as well. They pulled back, but unfortunately they went back in. Hoping that they could get that with the uneven numbers. The Holy Ground ended up giving it back to them. So 21 to 4. Still an uphill battle. for Phoenix Rising Onyx. They are 1 altar away from losing this game. And it's going to be full squads on both sides. So I think ultimately they need to take this keep so that they're now not under the pressure of just losing if they get 1 altar here. So I think they leave Dahaka down here and then have the rest of the squad poke here and then bring Dahaka in once he picks it up. And that looks like exactly what they're going to do. This top siege camp might be able to take out that top keep. I'm not 100% sure. Isn't enough time. It's not. Oh, rips so much. And there goes the sanctification. 2 ultimates down. I think they have to disengage here. I don't think they take this fight. They're going to lose. I don't even know who that is. Tyrael, apparently. So he's going to get death proc here. Raynor going to fall. So, however, is the Uther. Greymane and Malthael following shortly thereafter. And Goku trying to put damage in here. But Dahaka is... he's only going to be able to do so much by himself, basically. The root's going out, so this is now a 3v1, make it a 4v1 as Malthael returning from death. And I think that, I don't think you channel this yet. I think you go back and get a tower and then win. Oh, never mind, they did get top. So this is going to be game. So yeah, they had to fight that 100%. You couldn't back out there. I'd like to correct my vote, says RavenX. Oh, man. Lazy Hydra, thanks very much for the sub. Really appreciate it. So game number 1 going over to You Are Not Alone on Towers of Doom. Putting them up 1-0 in the series, but it's, you know what, that's a great way to start. And if you're Phoenix Rising Onyx, you have to feel pretty good about that for the most part. They had a lot of value in that game. They had a lot of control. There were just a couple of moments where the timing didn't work out in their favor. Raven X rip. Oh man. So, it's a good place for them to start. They've got at least 2 more games to work on that and get it right. And make it exactly what they want. So the question now is that they're down 1 game. What do they pick into their next game? How are they going to throw off the team of You Are Not Alone, who watches just about every game? They have a pretty good idea of what's going on. So how are you going to fake them out? What are you going to do differently? Who needs stun? Indeed. Indeed. Oh my goodness. Lily, are you enjoying the match tonight? I know you enjoy watching these guys play. All right, let's see if we can find out where we're going. I'm going to take just a quick moment here, guys. Take a short minute to grab a quick drink, and we'll be right back.
When I was young, I lived a life of recklessness. In my selfishness, I inflicted pain and hurt those I cared for. I have learned many lessons in my struggles with doubt and fear. Balance and harmony are not easily attained. They must be fought for! On my journey, I have learned another lesson. You do not have to fight alone.
Let's do this!
We're back, and we're right into the draft. It was actually just about perfect timing. We're going to Cursed Hollow. This was the selection of... Wait, is that right? Okay. Apparently it was the selection of PRO. I didn't think that was the case. Looks like it is. Okay, fair enough. So, Phoenix Rising, having lost that, elected for map pick. Not a very common choice these days. In fact, before the Oriole and Deathwing nerf, really almost never did teams want map pick. At least during that Deathwing Oriole kind of meta. And it's going to be Abathur coming in the first... Oops, wrong side. The first pick for You Are Not Alone. And we're going to see the Tyrael Greymane. Seems familiar. In before Vikings. You know what? Could happen. Could be a way to deal with the Abathur for sure. Alright, so Lunara and Dahaka gonna be the first bans. Deathwing and Yrel. So, Arthas and Rhaegar. So, changing it up on the Rhaegar. The breathing intensifies. We want juice. Oh, you know what? Ace, good call. Good call. That could happen. There's the Illidan. Alright, this is where you ban it, because so far you don't really have anything to stop it. Alright, well they banned at the Vikings, so here you go. Do they they don't need to take the Morales now if they want to run it. And they've got the start. Falstad could be a problem. Zeratul could be a problem. They're not going juice. Well, I don't know. Maybe they could still do it. Sonya can do a lot with Wrath. Blaze could drop a bunker. And bunker could be a really good way to dodge with the sanctification, right? So your sanctification probably first. This is interesting. It could be. Gonna see the Jaina and Malthael coming back. I can only imagine that they're over there going, all right, guys, do we do this? Is this what we're doing? Because if it's juice, that's what I would be doing. Are we doing this? Is this really what we want to do? Survey says it's juice. We juicing, boys. Maybe. It wouldn't be the first time that I've seen a juice comp not juice. But you know what? I mean, this is it, right? This is where you got to play a little bit awkward and do some things that are different. And when I said in the last game, what are they going to do differently? You know, if you're behind, Juice is a great way to go, as long as you can make sure that you can do it from a position that you don't get banned out and all that stuff. Or get countered. And they didn't get countered. Let's see. There you go. We can vote now in chat. Hit the drop down at the upper left of your screen. Select the team you want to win, or you think will win. And let's get the show on the road. On the left, we've got You Are Not Alone. We got Majesty playing the Slug. Show me a little dance, Slug boy. Come on, come on, show me the worm. Oh, too bad. Rip. Patience gonna be playing the Rhaegar Wipeout on the Malthael. I just fizzed playing Arthas, and Yonners on the Jaina. Just checking. Still no worm. All right. Phoenix Rising Onyx looking to equalize the scores. We got Kreenovast playing Blaze back to his home territory. Goku gonna be playing the Greymane. Sailor Twift on the Morales. Chernobyl on Tyrael. And Sonya gonna be played by Kurama. And this is an interesting rotation down. So they don't have any minions, but it looks like they're going to try to focus on pushing bot. But up here we do... Oh, they're thinking that they're going to push bot. That's what it is. We've got Greymane, Tyrael, Morales up in the top lane to get started. So ideally what Phoenix Rising Onyx is looking to do is they want to clear a lane and then push in, get the tower down as quickly as they can with the minions. And by tower, I mean this right here, the fort. They'll get the towers down pretty easily. Malthael's coming in. We'll have the support of the Abathur as well. And the full team from You Are Not Alone is rotating back up here. So switching the lanes with Abathur. And they don't actually get as much damage as I would have expected, because they didn't get both towers. They just got the one. And they're going to switch lanes. So now Blaze is heading up. And it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. You know, is this a comp that Phoenix Rising Onyx has played much? Are they familiar with the Juice? That being said, has You Are Not Alone played against the Juice? Their overall comp supports that maybe they haven't? Or at least they didn't, maybe they didn't know. Maybe they weren't thinking about it. Heart Pro head bang harder to believe in Pro. Fair enough. All right, rotating down here, looking for the Malthael. Possibly they don't quite get it, but that's okay. Siege Camp's going to be coming, and you know, any of the tributes that Phoenix Rising can get are just going to help them, right? It means that should they lose a team fight, which they will, it means that You Are Not Alone will not have the potential for that additional pressure of a curse. And right now, they're just trying to find an opening. Doesn't matter which lane it is. They just want, whether it's top or bottom, I should say, they want to get one of these down. Arthas coming in, has the slow. Morales, pretty much just the sacrifice play here, as the team going to have to pull back. But that's a place for them to start. They've gotten the full wall down now. Blaze now versus Abathur up in the top lane. We know about how that's going to go. And the first tribute should be relatively easily picked up here by You Are Not Alone. And, you know, You Are Not Alone has to get... They have to find a way to be ahead in the early game, which is going to be tough with the Abathur. And then they have to find a way to deal with the macro pressure that Pro is going to provide post 10. And they're not going to care about losing fights if they can get structures. And if they can't get structures with the bunker drop and the sanctification with no counterplay whatsoever, then I don't know. I mean, this is Pro's game to lose right out of the gate. But we'll see. Team's going to rotate up into the top, possibly look to see if they can't get this Malthael. I believe that he has an idea that they're coming, though. Especially since there are Abathur mines to provide vision. And Sonya gonna take her vision back there, you see that. It is gonna be Mule as well, by the way, so of course, that'll help. And so if they ever do go in on these and don't get the structure down, they just lose 5 heroes and get no benefit out of it. So Ektar, gotcha. Well, you know what? Good on Pro. Like they that was a 2-game setup for this, right? They played the Tyrael Greymane on Towers of Doom. It was an instant lock right at the beginning of the draft, just as it was in game 2. So it was a little bit of a, psychological misdirection. Good on them. Greymane's still in the middle, so really they're just trying to poke this out. Morales getting caught by the root from Arthas, but Tyrell's going to help her get out. Kurama going in with the Sonya, and now spinning. Greymane's here now, so this is essentially a 5 on 4.5. Krino getting very low. Morales doing everything possible to keep Krino alive, as Arthas very low as well. So Jet Propulsion coming in. Krino not able to land the stun though. So instead, just taking a bunch of damage. So is Greymane, and now Sailor Twift all out of the energy. And Blaze trying to get that one last stall. But these stalls don't really help them. Like, if stalling really just helps the Abathur comp. And now they've got 2 tributes. You need to get to level 10. Ace and I got to play, or Wedge Ace and I got to play the greatest Macro Pirates game ever. We lost, but I've never had more fun in this game. I know that Juice Pirates spawned a 3-day discussion about degenerate strategies, but I have to say, when you win with Juice Pirates, oftentimes at least, I realize that some people are going to have different perspectives on this, but when you win with Juice Pirates, it feels good, because oftentimes you're taking Juice Pirates against a team that you aren't 100% sure that you can win against. And so you're like, great, right? +1 to us. When you defeat Juice Pirates, you also feel good, because it's not easy to do, especially if you don't have counters. There's the Arthas with the slow here, and Sonya gonna push back. But the teams are very split at this point, and You Are Not Alone has done a very good job in making sure that they don't lose their structures. However, Arthas going in very low, has the Ancestral. There's, the medevac having to be used here. Greymane doesn't have any health, and I don't know if that timer... Did that timer run out? Like, I feel like that should have been able to go. But here comes a boss call from You Are Not Alone. Gotta find a structure somewhere, guys. And you know what? It might be that they just need to go diving in on a keep, right? Like, pick a lane, push down the keep, and then deal with the fort after. But they're gonna head to the boss, and that'll help them. That'll help a lot. Because this is going right into, basically right into the fort. They've already got the wall down, basically. The towers are down. And the good news is that they did get the tribute, so they haven't gotten a curse yet, but... And here comes the boss. Boss going in the bot lane as well, so this is very bad for them if Yana is able to pick up this tribute. And they are coming in as a full squad. Blaze is going to throw down the oil here. Ultimate's picked up a while ago, by the way. We've been busy talking about things. Hero's going to drop out Eldruins. Arthas is behind, and here comes a double Arthas clone. So Jet Propulsion going into the back. We have Tyrael and Sonya in the front. We're going to get the Sanctification coming out. Medevac going out is going to allow them to get out the bunker drop as well. So we'll see if Krino can survive. But too far away from the bunker. Unstoppable use there for Blaze. Blaze has no mana. Arthas is so low, but just the Ancestral now keeping him alive. Boss did get top fort down, however, so that opens up the opportunity for Phoenix Rising to get that top keep now. But they have to defend their bottom keep first, because now they're in a rough spot. Having this bottom fort go down, having the curse against them, the longer this game goes on, the harder it is for them to succeed. So they're gonna have to just defend this curse, and I don't know if they fly in onto this keep and then they die. You Are Not Alone might be able to take down a keep, because all the forts are going to be down. And if they take down that keep, the next time they lose the game. if they don't finish that core immediately. So this is becoming a very difficult position for Phoenix Rising. They get the jet propulsion in, but it's just the two of them, and they don't. Well, they do have 13s now. Which one is this? Second opinion. All right, so they're gonna lose the top fort. And keep in mind too, medevac is of limited range. I think that they can get it from about here. Maybe. All right, so it's being called out. We see the go. It's going right over the Jaina. And here we go. Working on the fort. Sanctification coming out. Bunker drop as well. Bunker is falling low. This fort, however, is not dying as quickly as you'd like. It is, however, going to go down. So top lane fully open, and Goku going to be the last one to fall. Tyrael going to get some damage. Now that's going to be very difficult for them to end that core. I mean, it nearly killed them just even before the keep went down. And keep in mind, keeps have 17,000 health. The core has a little bit more, but it has a big shield. 50% of its health or so in the shield. Oh, hi, Abathur. Thanks for joining us. But the res timers are still fairly low. So there you go. And medevac's coming back up. They don't have pretty much any other ultimate, though. Any other ultimate that's worth anything. So really what they need to do at this point is they need to kind of probably hold off for the sanctification. They at least have bunker. But they can't wait too long. The longer this game goes, the longer the res timers, the more likely that Phoenix Rising loses. That the keeps come in. And I think at this point, with this camp coming in, I think they should have just gone for it. There could have been enough time, especially with a holy ground. You can block out the core, the graveyard there. And then they would have had the advantage because the push would have been all in their favor. Blaze is going to get the jet propulsion. Clone is out, so we've got double Arthas. It's coming in. Ancestral going out onto I Just Fizzed. Majesty with the clone here. You've got the Sir Noble going to make it out there, just barely. Kurama also getting very low. The clone is now down, but Morales has almost no health, and this keep is about to fall. And level 16 advantage here for You Are Not Alone. So there's no clone, but they don't have any kills. And I imagine this is where they're actually considering the core call. Yeah, they're gonna do it. And that's no bueno. They do have sanctification, but here they come. They have no bunker, so sanctification goes out. Morales almost dead from that. We did get a root there, and the core's not even gonna take any damage. Nope. And it turns out that the Abathur in this case, you know, is a really strong pick. Even though it makes it very difficult to play against the Juice Pirates, it's a strong pick because of the mule. And they're just mistiming when they should be doing the juice. They needed to go when the entire team was trying to push into that mid keep because they're going to be busy. And they were spread out. But instead, they lost their keep. They're going to lose the boss in the bot lane here. That's going to easily take out this keep as well. And each time this happens, they're a little bit closer to losing. Works every time, 60% of the time. All right, we're juicing again. We see Malthael heading back. Jaina's heading back a little bit later. Arthas is, oh no, in the range of the tower. Oh, feels bad. The root coming out. Double Arthas to slow the Greymane. They need to keep Greymane alive and healthy here. Sir Noble very low, as is Kurama. Greymane gonna fall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes. They do get 10% this time, but that's gonna be healed up by the mule. And the boss on the core looks like You Are Not Alone going to succeed in defending against the Juice Pirates. What's up, boss? How's it going, buddy? Just having a good time dealing with some minions. And we get the Abathur as well. Team photo. Woo! Patience a little bit outside. Game number 2 going over to You Are Not Alone. And those are the anticlimactic moments where you win the fight 100 miles away, and then you have to come in and try to, try to finish the game, make your way onto the end screen. All right, let's check in. So, oh, they're done. So let's see, who won that Division D matchup? They are in a lobby. I thought they were in a lobby. Huh, okay. Well, it doesn't say. Let's see. See some GGs. Bancho. We're waiting. I don't know. Doesn't say who won. David almost beat Goliath. I think that means that Bancho won. Yeah, looks like it. Meanwhile, in Div A, 2-1 in favor of Regen Retro. Just giving you guys your sports update there. 18 kills to 0. Not that surprising, going into a Juice Pirates comp. Asmo or Raynor could have been very helpful. The additional pressure from the Exterminator doesn't apply, so never mind. But the Hyperion, the Inspire would have been helpful. Even Inspire with the additional ally attack speed would have been great to help the Greymane. So, yep. Asmo would have been great because of the grunts that he can summon. What do we got? Wipe out most kills. Is that true? Is that what happened? Yep, sure was. 7 kills. All right. Looks like game number 3 is going to be on Infernal Shrines, another large map. And I believe this was the pick of Phoenix Rising. Looks like it. Yep. All right, gonna take just a quick moment here. We'll be right back.
There is much for us to settle.
All right, and we are back and in the draft, ready to go. We're going to continue on with the Lunara ban and the Deathwing ban that we saw in game number 2. Sorry for the brief pause. Needed a little bit of a little snack there. Tyrael going to be the ban out there. As they say, you know what, you've played it 2 games in a row. We're tired of seeing it. And also, now going to be a little bit harder for them to juice. Greymane switching sides. But now going to be Jaina and Deckard Cain. We're not even that late yet. We're all right. We're doing great. So banning out the Tyrael, taking the Greymane, they've really taken a lot away from Phoenix Rising. Gonna be the Ragnaros and Ana now. So Ragnaros giving them the additional experience from that lava wave. Okay, there we go. All caught up. Third ban, what do we get? What do we get? It's gonna be, I don't know. Okay, fair enough. Deathwing, Urel, and ETC. Okay. Lunara, Tyrael. Do we see more tank chokes? Do we get the Mal'Ganis ban? Johanna? Okay. Yonner's on Greymane trying to get more kills than Wipeout. Could be. Oh my goodness. Come on. There we go. Wait, wrong person. Okay. Let's see. Sailor Twift got Deckard. We got Sir Noble on Blaze. That's not gonna be the case, right? Oh, I guess it is. Krino taking Sonya? Is that how we're playing this? We have a Cho'Gall, everybody. Yep, that's a good combo for it too. And what do we get here for our last? Could they go Maiev? Oh, it's gonna be Kira. Okay. Interesting. Alright, fair enough. Well, there you go. Mega Muffin just caught up. Yep. Alright. Well, I think I know who Mega Muffin's voting for. Alright, the poll is up in chat. Who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be the Cho'Gall comp coming out from You Are Not Alone, currently undefeated in Division B West, looking to close it out in game number 3? Or do you think it's going to be Phoenix Rising Esports Onyx with the not Krino Blaze? Let's just call it that comp. The not Krino Blaze comp. Vote in chat, hit the hero or the team that you think is going to win. Select the vote button. Your votes matter. Eventually we'll see that pop up on the screen. We'll talk about it a little bit for a moment. Wipesty. Oh, what a name. Okay, hopefully they didn't change people around. They did. Alright, let's fix that real quick. So Wipeout on Cho. Majesty on Gaul. Who got Ragnaros? Ragnaros is I Just Fizzed. Yonner's is on the Greymane, and Ana's on the Patience. There we go. See, I just introduced the team while I was trying to fix it. And over here for Phoenix Rising Onyx, we got Goku playing the Kira. We got Krina Vest on the Sonya, Sir Noble on the Blaze, Kurama playing the Jaina, and Sailor Twift on the Deckard Cain. That's not good. Why is it doing that? Go away. Well, that sucks. I can't see the bottom tier of the talents. You guys can, but for whatever reason, my bar won't go away. Figures. And I can't even force it. Awesome. Love it. Hey, anybody know how to get your taskbar to force, like, to just go away? Just go away, taskbar. Nobody wants you here. Ugh. Jet propulsion in, but the... What is that called? Surging Fist from Cho, allowing him to dive out of the Blaze charge. No stun. And it's going to be 83% in favor of You Are Not Alone, saying, you know what? We believe Jet Propulsion coming in once again, looking for Yawners. Can't quite get it, but Wipeisty is here. Kira gonna go ahead and use that revolving sweep, pushing the Cho'Gall around. And that's gonna be a successful camp invade from Phoenix Rising. Oh, I don't want to go through all that. That'd be... Let's try this. See if this works. That did not work. I mean, really, do I need to know the talents? I mean, I guess I can look at them in the overlay, so whatever, right? I click taskbar and then select unlocked. Is that an option? Let's see. It is not locked, I don't think. I don't see anything that says locked. Up in the top lane, Ragnaros versus Sonya. Getting some solo lane XP active there. And you're just taking a breather from spinning to win. And we might see an aggressive camp here. Ragnaros, however, going to get caught. The stun coming out from Sonya, followed up by the revolving sweep, and it's first blood over to Phoenix Rising Esports Onyx. Who, from this point forward, at least in this match, are going to be called Phoenix Rising Onyx. Choose hide tax bar is the easiest way. Alright, let's see if I can do that. Select. Taskbar settings. First shrine coming up here for the Mortar Punisher. It's going to be in the top lane. To show the disc. Maybe that'll work. Let's try this setting. See if that works. That did not work. This game sucks. Or this, I hate the taskbar. I can't even force hide it. Love to see it. All right, shrine being picked up here. Okay, I'll see if I can find that. I didn't see it. I am on Windows 10, but yeah, I don't know. But with the early pressure, we've got You Are Not Alone working on getting structure damage. Ragnaros is going to get a little bit in the bot lane. We've got Greymane and Ana in the mid lane, and Krino is going to come down here to address it. Blaze is going to get the jet propulsion onto Greymane, but doesn't matter. Gonna have to use the Pyromania just to get that armor. Up in the top, though, we've... Oh, I can't even see the minions. 33-6. And you know what? Goku here versus Cho'Gall. Oh, misses the revolving sweep, so can't even make use of that. But the first Punisher, Mortar Punisher, going over to Phoenix Rising Onyx. And Ragnaros is still hanging out in the mid lane, so he's not going to be here to defend this. But they don't really need him if they pull it over and take enough of the damage off of it. Yeah, it wasn't selected. Like, I just locked it and then unlocked it, and it wasn't done. So it just doesn't want to go away. It also looks a little weird. Like, it doesn't have the search functions there, which normally it does, like the Cortana thing and all that. Ragnaros now up in the top lane, returning to his duties of soaking. And, you know, the XP very similar between these two teams. We have the one kill in favor of Phoenix Rising Onyx, but ultimately a little bit more XP, especially having gotten the towers down in this mid lane for You Are Not Alone. But the camps are entirely in favor of Phoenix Rising Onyx, at least until this moment. Great jet propulsion, making sure that they can finish off that camp and keep the pressure going. Jaina now completing her globes, so she'll start getting that additional burst damage from the chill. I wonder if I can just do this. Well, that's probably a little bit better. Alright, so Ana and Greymane trying to kind of keep an eye on what's going down in the bot lane. We can't do much. Cho'Gall coming down as well, the jet propulsion to put things on a pause button there. As level 10 is available for both team, it is going to be the Twisting Nether. And keep in mind that that does slow by 50% for anybody in that. And then it does a big burst of damage, like 600 damage. Lava Wave's going to go up top here. Goku falling very low, does get that blood rush. And it's going to be, I don't remember, Final Strike, is that what it's called? 3 kills so far, make it a return kill onto Jaina. And Cho does have the Twilight Hammer, but that's a triple kill for the Phoenix Rising Onyx squad here. Unrelenting Strikes, that's what it was, not Final Strike. Final Strike is the other one. So we also have the Leap. We've got, oh, that could be interesting. That could be really interesting. So we have a Leap, we've got Stay a While and Listen, the Ring of Frost, Blaze going into Combustion, and the Unrelenting Strikes. If these guys get to 20, this gets really saucy. Both teams heading to their shaman camps. We will see what they can make happen with it. There we go. We'll put it to that side. Now it's out of the way. And here comes the Arcane Shrine in the middle. Both teams with their shaman camps going in the top lane. Bragg looked like maybe he was going to hang out there for a bit, but decided not to. 1 to 8 on the points. Yeah, I don't know. I just threw the taskbar onto the left side, so now it's not really in the way. Kurama taking a load of damage there from the Cho'Gall. So here comes the Twisting Nether, and super punching in, gets the revolving sweep. Now, oh no, pushing Cho'Gall into the team, gets all 5 with the Twisting Nether, and they're also very low. Jaina and Deckard and Kira all falling. They do get the counter kill onto the Greymane. But Blaze is in danger here, gets punched, and is going to be a quad kill. 4 for 1 in favor of You Are Not Alone. And that was, oh man, that was rigged up by Kira so very well. RIP. Just crazy. Yeah, the Unrelenting Strikes into the Hammer of Twilight is unfortunate. And the Shaman up in the top lane ultimately getting down the first fort of the game here. 38 Shrine Defenders picked up, and we do have You Are Not Alone picking up the rest of the camps there. Greymane, Ana, and the bot lane. Ragnaros heading into the mid lane. And this is going to be with the double camps plus the Punisher. There's no fort wall here. That was taken out much earlier. So this is just a dead fort, and then you've got Rag, you've got 6 Siege Defenders as well as an Arcane Punisher. So here comes the Molten Core. Lots of potions up as well. We do have the Super Potions. Punisher going to get pulled over the wall, but still a lot of damage coming thanks to the Ragnaros. And the wall is now taken down, so Cho'Gall looking to see if they can't find something. Twisting Nether coming out. They get shoved in, but you know what? Not quite able to get it. Never mind, they got a big burst onto Goku. And keep in mind that 35 healing reduction. There's Cho'Gall, the only one getting stunned by the sleep here. Combustion coming out, but Blaze is going to fall. Krino as well on the Sonya. And now with Nano Boost on Cho'Gall and 2 heroes dead, we see You're Not Alone making their way onto the court. Can they do this? Can they get the game here? It's still 20 seconds on 2 heroes, but look at how much damage this core is taking. There's still 3 Siege Minions up, and they are just pummeling it. Greymane just going to town, and they've done it. You Are Not Alone continuing their perfect season, and they will be the Division B West representatives going to the Grand Finals. Ah. And let's get over to a lobby. What about show Goku Mercy? Oh, hey, welcome. So we've got Majesty here. Congratulations on your victory there. I imagine you guys have to be absolutely just ecstatic.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun.
Good deal. So, we got to hear your interview, which was, appropriately timed, just a few minutes before go time. In fact, I got the video link, 5 minutes before, and it finished processing about, 60 seconds before we actually went live. So, couldn't have cut it much closer.
No, it was a close cut interview.
So, 3-0, you guys have continued on your win streak. I have to imagine that you guys are feeling great. I know that Lily was watching, so that's got to be a big positive for you. Tell me, how does the team feel after you mentioned in your interview that kind of nervous a little bit about being in the finals? How you feeling after this? Give me some more details than other than just we feel great, right? Give me the juice.
Once the game started, it just it was just going back into that mentality of it's just HOTS. We're just here to play our game, so let's just play it. So I think once the games got going, I think we settled down, and I think we were good on the nerves. And as the games continued, we just had fun. We just played the games. We played the things that we've been practicing, and pulled out things that we didn't know if they were going to be prepared for or not, and just go react.
Sure. So you started off. They had all three of the map selections here. Mm-hmm. You started off on Towers of Doom, and very back and forth. They had a very strong early game. I think that they probably had some nerves as well, and you can kind of see that in some of the plays that were made. You guys seemed overall a little bit cooler, like you just said. Hey, it's just HOTS. We do this all the time. What was the checkmate moment for you in that game where you guys felt like you were, this is it? This game is snowballing in our favor?
When we got the bottom keep, about 30 not even 30 seconds probably after that, we just were they really can't get a minion wave, so they really just have to poke it down with the burning sword from Tyrael and the chromie Qs, and it's going to take a while. And during that time, we were able to get a couple objectives channeled during it, and that's kind of when we started to feel all right, we have this. As long as we can hold that, and even if we give it back, we can take it back again and just keep spamming the Hyperions on it.
Hyperion OP.
Yeah, great siege tool.
So let's talk about that boss play in that game as well. Both of the matches that I cast tonight had Towers of Doom. Both of them had somewhat awkward boss moments. Was there ever a moment that you guys thought, hey, this is just we just need to leave this because they have Tyrael, they have Holy Ground, or did that not come up as an idea until it was basically done?
We did leave it at one point, but we stayed in the bushes because we had to see if they were going to leave it or not.
Right.
And when they didn't leave it, we're all right, let's go back in. And we're all right, they do have Holy Ground, so we tried to get a couple people on it on the edges, but he was able to place it correctly, and so they were able to snipe it away with that Holy Ground and kill us as well.
Yeah, and something similar kind of worked out with the earlier game too. So it was interesting to watch that play kind of unfold with different heroes, different teams. And then we get into game number 2. So you win game number 1 pretty handily. I think you guys had 20-ish points still on your core. So
16.
Okay, so yeah, because they got one of those. So you get into game number 2. Draft starts to unfold. It's very similar to game number 1 where they instant locked the Tyrael Greymane. When did you realize they were going juice?
We knew that they had ran it before in Storm League, so we were conscientious of that. Even in draft 1, when they picked it, we're Wipeout was can they run it here? And we're no, you can't run it here. So when they picked it in game 2, we were kind of on the lookout for it. But we didn't recognize it until they had the Morales, really. Even with the Bruiser, we're all right, they're still just gonna really tanky and run it down at us. We were actually expecting Lucio come out, and they just team fight us the Lucio, and us have a really hard time fighting them. And then they locked Morales, and I am slowly becoming infamous for my Morales ideas. So we were able to keep an eye out of that, and I knew like the medevac range, so I actually called all of the go-to for Juice Pirates. So yeah, we were able to call that, and I mean, even in the very last one that they almost landed on the mines, but they did have people walk into them. So.
Right. Yeah, and you guys played it really well. So what was it that you did? So obviously being aware of where they, you know, the positioning of where they could cast medevac, when they could cast it and all that stuff. But at the beginning of that game, so you recognize that they're going to the juice. At the beginning of that game, what is your path to victory? What are you telling your team to say, this is what we have to do to make sure that we win this game?
We have to defend when it's time to defend, and Mule was the key there, because we had questioned it going into the series if we wanted to even risk the Abathur into Juice Pirates, and we decided, I was like, yes we can, because Mule basically stops it. Once they get to the part of core, and the whole idea of Juice Pirates is you have to die twice on core. The problem is the Mule will heal up about a quarter of core in between that time frame if you save it. So like once they got to core, I was saving Mule until they got there, and then Mule's able to heal up enough of it that it takes them more time to defend. Like it'll take them more tries to kill the core with the Mule healing it. So with that, we understood that we were pretty much, we had the idea that we were favored to win that, but it's still an intense series, and we knew like, all right, we have to kill them, we have to do a boss, then we're gonna have to defend again. I mean, it's just like knowing that timing and having played against it enough times just to understand Juice Pirate mentality.
Well, and I think the big challenge for them was that they weren't able to get a fort down until, you know, a while after they had the medevac. In fact, the first couple times they used medevac, it was just because they were in so much danger that they had to get out. And sometimes it worked for them, sometimes it didn't. You know, I think it was almost level 6. I think you guys were almost level 16 by the time they got the keep down. And if it takes you that long to get a keep down as with Juice Pirates, it's no bueno. So, you know, the other thing that you guys had was, you know, the double Arthas.
Yes.
You know, being able to slow down literally everything, right? Wrath of the Berserker does nothing. You've got Greymane that does nothing now. And Blaze just doesn't do any damage to begin with, so not against single target. So effectively neutering their damage potential when you've got both Arthases, and then you just pop a Rhaegar Ancestral onto I Just Fizzed, who is the one person who's getting low. So there you go. And then you go into game 3 and you get Cho'Gall. Was that the pick right from the first selection? Were you guys planning to go that direction?
No, we got all 5 picks that we wanted in that draft.
And you're on Infernal Shrines. Ultimately, a very fast game. I mean, that was the second objective. You didn't even win the first one, which didn't matter because you got, you know, plenty of defense there. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked about the first game. When did you realize it was potential for you guys to end the game?
We knew it was a potential to end when we were able to kill. I think we got 2 kills while they were trying to defend the keep.
Yes.
And that's when we called to end.
Gotcha. So you get the second objective. You start that process. You get that first fort down because, of course, well before then you had taken the mid. During the first objective, you'd taken that mid wall down. Set it up so the fort goes down. Still 80-90% of the Punisher. Rag goes into Molten Core. You guys are dropping some damage. Wall goes down. Punisher's still there. Like, nothing really happened. And then you get 2 kills. And there was 20 seconds. It was Blaze and somebody else, I think. And that core just melted. Like, it was like it had no health with your Nano Boost Cho'Gall plus whatever else you had. Greymane and Ragnaros. Like, it was amazing how quickly you guys finished that game. And I have to say that, you know, after the after the second game where you won the game a minute before you made it to the core, which was a little anticlimactic, and I'm sitting here like, all right, how do I hype this up? Just doesn't happen. But hey, we made it into the team photo. Like that ending, that finish was very exciting to watch. There's no question there. I just had to recount that.
You didn't like the Abathur slapping core?
I did actually catch that in because I had zoomed super close into the boss, and then suddenly Abathur's like burrowing in. I'm like, what?
I dug it and I was like, I'm gonna get locust value, and then the wave spawned and the locust went on the wave, and I was like, well, I'll just go slap the core, I guess.
As they do. So so there wasn't much to talk about with game number 3. It was just an exciting matchup. Overall, you guys are still undefeated. Your next opponent, Salt Scale Murgles from Division B East. What are your thoughts? Have you watched much? I asked you a few weeks ago, had you been watching much of B East? And at that time you said, hey, listen, I got all this other crap I got to deal with over here. I don't care about them. How are you feeling now about that?
You still there?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Discord, you're so wonderful sometimes.
Hello?
Any better? Okay,
Right.
It should be coming back. There we go.
There we go. All right. I watched the East Finals, and it's the only Division B East I really watched. I know some of the other guys watched some more games. We're excited. A couple of us know Dankstrom, and a couple of those other players, so we're excited to face them.
Have you scrimmed against any of the B East teams at all?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you guys play a little late, so that would probably be a little rough for late for us on the East Coast.
The closest thing to an East team we faced was Goodbye Forever from A.
Gotcha.
I think they make great scrim partners because the differences in names.
Right.
Messages there.
All right. Well, before we get into shoutouts, just real quick, any particular moment that you want to make sure you highlight from the match tonight? You or your opponents, your team, anything that was particularly memorable you want to make sure that people remember?
So when we killed the sidewall on Infernal Triton, so game 3, we Wipeout wanted to go in a little bit. We weren't sure how much to go in, and then I pop ulti, and I was like, my ulti's up. And he's like, well, I guess we have to go in now. So then that's when we dove in, and he thought it timed out before we got, I think, we barely clipped the Kira with it. So that was fun.
I didn't think you got her either, and then I saw the drop on her health bar.
Yeah, we barely got her, because he actually used his ulti to get the Deckard out of my ulti.
But, you know what, because you brought that up, I want to bring up the other play, which I know there's some, Phoenix Rising Onyx players out there, so they're not going to enjoy me saying this, especially not Goku, but the play on that shrine, that second shrine where you pop ultimate and Revolving Sweep comes out and pushes you into the team, so you get a full 5-man explosion.
And it was nano boosted.
Yeah, that was a grown like I felt that one so hard, because you're just like, all right, I got this guy. Oh no.
Yeah, that was one of those fights that, like, you start off like the first 2 seconds, you're like, oh, you are not alone, loses this fight, and it's just like 5-man twisting nether with a nano boost. They're all at half health now, and a couple Qs. Poor Yonners got to press 0 buttons that fight. Yonners ended with like 10k hero damage the whole game.
Yep. Alrighty, let's go ahead and wrap up. Any shoutouts?
As always, shout out to Lily, our #1 fan. Shout out to Twitch chat, because I know Goku doesn't like it when people shout out Twitch chat. Shout out to Pro for a good match. It was a lot of fun. I know that my insider information is that they're disbanding, which is sad, because I think they really had a shot to take the grand finals next season in Div B. They're really a solid team. Shout out to Roll 1 and Necrofin for giving us last minute scrims yesterday. Shout out to you for casting, and NGS for putting it all together.
Good deal. All right, well, thanks, Majesty, for joining me. Good luck on your set for next week, and that'll also be a best of 5. It'll be taking place on the Nexus Gaming Series channel. and try to schedule a match as soon as possible so that we can make sure that casters have an opportunity to put in for the cast.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, everybody. That's it. We're done. 2 best of 5s back to back. I gotta say I'm a little tired. It was a lot of fun though. It's not even, you know what? It's not even that late. It's 12:30. We could go more. We're not going to though. We're not going to. I got a dog that needs to go out. But thanks everybody. Really appreciate you stopping by. Phoenix Rising, you guys did a great job. You put up a good fight. It was really entertaining to watch. I hope you enjoy the VOD. And you know what? For You Are Not Alone, keep it going. I mean, good luck in the grand finals. What I will say is this is Div B East is a strong division. Don't underestimate Saltscale and Murgles. Just because they've had some losses doesn't mean that they're not a very strong team. I think Division B East is a very competitive division. I said it earlier as well. And I think that they can give you a run for your money. But given the amount of effort that Majesty and team have put into this season, I have to say, I mean, they deserve it. I mean, if you're going to spend that much time going through, watching videos, going through strats, practicing as much as they do, you get it. Thanks everybody again. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see who we can raid over for some more HOTS action. We do have some additional games coming up the rest of this week, so make sure you tune in as well. And we'll see you guys all soon.